Good morning, friends. It is Monday. It is a new week, and we have a fun read aloud today. Today, our read aloud is called Duck and Goose. As we read this story, we're going to be paying attention and seeing if we can figure out what the problem is. A problem in the story is when something happens that isn't quite right. We're going to pay attention and see if we can figure it out. What's the problem? Oh my, what is that? Duck quacked. That's a silly question, Goose honked. It is a big egg, of course. Of course it is an egg. I know that, huffed Duck. What I mean is, where did it come from? Goose looked skyward. He looked to the river. He looked to the fields. He thought very hard. Who are you? He finally asked. I, said Duck, puffing out his feathered chest, am the one whose egg this is. I saw it first. Goose quickly raised one webbed foot. It's mine. I touched it first. Hey, you should never put your dirty foot on an egg, Duck scolded. Don't you know anything about caring for eggs? Yes, I do, Goose cried out. Stop yelling, Duck yelled, then whispered forcefully. Don't you know that you and your screaming are very likely disturbing the baby bird who is trying to take a snoozy inside this egg? Goose wished that Duck wasn't right. He lowered his head and whispered softly, I'm very sorry. Go back to sleep in there. My, that's quite a beauty you have, called a bluebird from across the river. Thank you, it's mine, quacked Duck. Actually, it's mine, honked Goose. Thank you. So, asked Duck, what do we do now? We should do something, suggested Goose. This egg is private property. Duck's egg. No geese allowed. No honking. Yes, you're right. Good thinking, agreed Duck. Like what? Goose and Duck each thought. This was Duck's idea. Goose's idea was, if you are a duck, keep walking. No ducks beyond this point. Quiet, please. Absolutely no quacking in this area. All right, let's stop and think so far. What is the problem in this story? The duck and the goose are arguing over the same egg. We'll just keep the egg warm and fuzzy until the fuzzy little occupant is ready to come out, said Goose. Excellent idea, exclaimed Duck. He pushed past Goose. Step aside and I shall do just that. But Goose was quick too. After a flurry of fussing, grunting, and groaning, slipping and sliding, honking and quacking, Duck and Goose found themselves back to back. Scoot over, I don't have any room, complained Duck. You are much closer to me than I am to you. Stop yelling in my ear, Goose. Shh, Goose hushed, pointing at the round thing beneath them. Yes, we must remember. Quiet, quiet, quiet. We mustn't disturb the little one. And so they sat, very still and very quiet, waiting. For a long time they waited. So far, how did they solve the problem that they couldn't agree whose egg it was? How did they solve the problem? They both sat on the egg. Well, guess what, boys and girls? We're not going to finish this book tomorrow. I want you to make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen next? This was the page we stopped on. What do you think is going to happen next? Go ahead and draw your picture and write your sentence about what you think is going to happen next, and we'll read it tomorrow to find out.